Welcome back to Narrations. Tonight's story is warm, funny, heartbreaking, and deeply romantic, a tapestry of many lives woven together by love in all its shapes and forms. A reminder that love is messy, complicated, painful, beautiful, and everywhere around us. This is Love Actually, where every story is different, but every heart beats the same. Airports at Christmas sparkle with warmth. Families reunite with tears and laughter, holding each other tightly after long months apart. Friends embrace, lovers kiss, parents lift their children high into the air. It is here, among real moments of pure connection, that we are reminded that love is not grand speeches or perfect timing, it is life lived in small gestures. From this truth begins the story, not of one love, but many. In London, weeks before Christmas, newly elected Prime Minister David moves into 10 Downing Street. Charming, witty, slightly awkward, and unexpectedly real, he begins his work surrounded by political formality. But his attention shifts the moment he meets Natalie, a warm, funny member of the household staff who swears too much, laughs loudly, and speaks unapologetically from the heart. Something sparks quietly between them, something neither expects. Across town, Daniel stands at his wife's funeral, holding back tears as he speaks about the woman he has lost and the son he is now raising alone. His stepson Sam, small, silent, and heartbreakingly brave, hides his grief behind wide eyes. Daniel worries there is something deeply wrong, only to learn that Sam is not grieving death. He is devastated because he has fallen hopelessly in love with a girl named Joanna, and he fears he will never win her heart. In another corner of London, Harry and Karen are a long-married couple balancing work, children, and the exhaustion of life. Karen is warm and patient, always putting everyone else first, while Harry's attention begins to drift, dangerously, toward his new employee Mia, whose flirtation grows bolder each day, tempting Harry into betrayal he doesn't fully recognize until it is too late. Meanwhile, Karen's friend Daniel attends the wedding of Peter and Juliet, a celebration filled with music and pure joy. But hidden in the crowd, Peter's best friend Mark watches quietly, heart heavy with a secret he buries deep, a love so strong and so painful that he cannot speak it. Juliet believes Mark dislikes her, never knowing that every awkward silence hides a love he is terrified to reveal. Elsewhere, Jamie, a sensitive writer, retreats to the countryside after discovering his girlfriend cheating on him. Broken-hearted and alone, he begins writing in a remote cottage where he meets Aurelia, a Portuguese housekeeper who does not speak English. Despite the language barrier, or perhaps because of it, they find a quiet connection built on gestures, glances, and unspoken understanding. Love begins between them slowly, beautifully, without words. And across the ocean, in Wisconsin, a lovesick young man Colin dreams of escaping his lack of romantic success by flying to America, convinced that his British accent alone will win women instantly. His friends mock him, but Colin's optimism shines like holiday lights, a belief in love that borders on absurd, yet remains unwavering. Back in London, the aging rock star Billy Mack stages a chaotic comeback attempt with a hilariously terrible Christmas pop single. With his loyal manager Joe by his side, Billy mocks himself openly, claiming he knows the song is awful but hopes to climb the charts anyway. Beneath the jokes and profanity, an unexpected tenderness grows, the realization that love sometimes hides in friendship, not romance. All around the city, Christmas lights rise, decorations fill streets, and music drifts through markets and shops. Love grows, breaks, rebuilds, and transforms, quietly shaping every moment. Jamie watches Aurelia leave each day, unable to speak the words caught in his throat. Daniel listens to Sam speak about love with breathtaking sincerity far beyond his years. Mark struggles silently, trying to erase feelings he cannot control. Karen feels distance creeping into her marriage like winter frost. The Prime Minister fights rising affection for someone he believes he must not desire. Harry steps closer toward a choice that may shatter everything. And through it all, snow begins to fall, soft, gentle, silent, blanketing London in white. At school, Sam reveals his plan. He will learn the drums to impress Joanna, who will sing in the Christmas concert. Daniel, caught between grief and wonder, decides to help him. The two begin practicing relentlessly, bonding with furious determination, laughter breaking slowly through grief. At the office party, Harry gives Mia a gift, a necklace wrapped in red velvet, hiding it carefully from Karen. Karen later finds the receipt by accident and believes it is for her. Hope blooms briefly, cruelly, beautifully. Jamie returns to London for Christmas, realizing he cannot live without Aurelia. Mark watches Juliet from a distance, filming her secretly because he cannot let go. The Prime Minister sees Natalie laughing with another man and feels a sting he never expected, jealousy blooming in the heart of a man who believed himself untouchable. At the children's concert, emotion binds everyone together. Karen watches her husband with a storm behind her eyes. Sam's hands shake as he prepares to perform for Joanna. Juliet is unaware of the love storming through Mark's chest. Snow falls harder. Lights glow brighter. Hearts beat painfully and beautifully. And in the quietest moment, everything begins to change. Snow continues to fall on London, coating the city in white silence as the Christmas concert begins, children singing with trembling excitement, parents smiling in nervous pride, the entire audience glowing under twinkling lights and paper stars. Backstage, Sam waits, gripping his drumsticks with shaking hands, heart pounding as though it might burst from his chest. Daniel kneels beside him, offering courage with quiet warmth. Sam looks into his stepfather's eyes and whispers that he is ready, not to perform perfectly, but to show the girl he loves that she matters. The curtain opens. The spotlight floods the stage. Joanna begins to sing, her voice rising like a miracle, clear, bright, pure. Sam joins on drums, hands moving with fierce determination, playing as though the entire world depends on it. The audience cheers wildly, and for the first time since his mother's death, Sam smiles with real joy. Daniel watches from the crowd, tears filling his eyes not from sadness but from pride. He realizes love did not leave him when his wife died. It lived on through Sam. Meanwhile, Karen sits beside Harry in the audience, heart pounding as she feels the small velvet box in her pocket, proof that Harry bought jewelry. She believed it was for her. Hope shimmers in her eyes until she opens the box at home later that night and finds not a necklace, but a simple CD of Joni Mitchell. Her face collapses. Her heart cracks quietly. She steps into the bedroom, trying to breathe, covering her mouth to silence the sob that shakes her entire body. Her private grief is one of the most painful loves of all, the love that breaks but continues anyway. Back at the concert, Mark leaves quietly, unable to bear the weight of watching Juliet shine while pretending to despise her. Juliet follows him outside into the cold street, calling after him, confused by his distance. Mark turns, unable to hide anymore, breathing hard as he presses play on a boombox and holds up handmade signs one by one. To me, you are perfect. My wasted heart will love you until you look like this. A wrinkled mummy drawn on the card. Without hope or agenda. Merry Christmas. Juliet steps forward and gently kisses him, not to begin something, but to say goodbye tenderly, honoring what he carried in silence. Mark nods, turning away, breathing ragged but lighter. Sometimes love is letting go. Far away, Jamie packs his car and drives through snow to the airport, heart hammering with wild hope. He flies to Portugal, races through winding streets to find Aurelia, stumbling through shocked neighbors and barking dogs until he reaches the restaurant where she works. He stands before her in front of a stunned crowd, voice shaking as he struggles through broken Portuguese to tell her he has come to ask for her hand. Aurelia stares, stunned, then replies in broken English, revealing she has been learning his language too. Their hearts meet, standing trembling in a sea of cheering strangers. Jamie proposes, and Aurelia smiles through tears and says one word that changes everything. Yes. In another corner of London, Prime Minister David searches frantically for Natalie after she is reassigned. He knocks on door after door along her street, meeting eccentric families, confused grandparents, and a loud caroler group before finding her. Their reunion is awkward, shy, beautiful, laughter spilling uncontrollably as they try to speak at once. They rush to the children's concert just in time, hiding backstage together among paper angels and tinsel. When the curtain opens, the audience gasps as David pulls Natalie close and kisses her with a tenderness so real that the entire room erupts in cheers. For once, the Prime Minister is simply a man who has found love. Meanwhile, Billy Mack realizes something unexpected as he reaches #1 on the charts. Surrounded by champagne, parties, and adoring fans, he stops suddenly and looks at Joe, his loyal manager who has stayed by his side for years. On live television, Billy declares that the real love of his life is not fame or fantasy, but Joe, the one true friend who never left him. Joe is stunned. Billy laughs his loud, reckless laugh, and together they celebrate Christmas like family. Snow falls heavier, blanketing the city in silent silver. Night deepens. Hearts settle. And then, we return to Heathrow Airport, where the story began. Weeks later, the arrivals gate is filled once more with reunions, embraces, and joy. One by one, the characters cross paths. David and Natalie smiling hand in hand, Jamie and Aurelia wrapped around each other, Karen and Harry trying carefully to rebuild, Daniel greeting Sam as he runs into the arms of Joanna, Mark smiling awkwardly but honestly, healing quietly. They pass each other without knowing how connected their lives are, threads of love woven across the map of London. And the narrator's voice rises gently over the scene, reminding us that love is not perfect, not easy, and not painless, but it is everywhere if we only choose to see it. Love burns. Love breaks. Love rebuilds. Love saves. And in every airport, on every street, in every home, every heartbreak, every miracle, every tiny chance, love actually is all around. If you enjoyed this narration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Narrations, where Christmas movies come alive through heart and cinematic storytelling.